Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about this. But following up with what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
What are your thoughts now on political discourse in the United States moving forward?
Look, freedom of speech has to be a deontological principle, meaning that whenever you say, I believe in freedom of speech, but, and you put that but qualifier, you're a degenerate who doesn't believe in freedom of speech. I can guarantee you that the monster who killed Charlie Kirk today actually thinks that he was perfectly in the right, because he was using a consequentialist ethic. He was saying, Charlie Kirk is saying things that are so profoundly against what I believe in that to kill him and erase him from earth and take him away from his two young children is actually a moral act. That reflex cannot exist in a civil society. If we don't stomp it out, we will learn to regret it in the future.
And should this, or will this, maybe it has already, shine a bigger spotlight on left-wing violence in the United States?
I pray to God that it has. It's something, as you probably know, if you're familiar with my work, I've been predicting this for decades, because you just have to have the courage to read the signs, right? When I went to an event in Beverly Hills where a Jewish organization was giving me an award in Beverly Hills, United States, and I had to have U.S. Marshals around me and Israeli security forces. When that is happening to a 60-year-old professor who is going to talk about the importance of freedom of speech, you better pay attention.
I mean, it's coincidental, it seems, on reflection, but before Charlie Kirk was shot today, he was talking about gun violence in the United States. Freedom of speech, I mean, you knew Charlie Kirk. It's something that perhaps he was willing to die for. I think that there are comments in the past where he said such a thing.
I'm not familiar with those specific comments. What I can tell you is that knowing Charlie Kirk on a personal level, and I'm not someone who dishes out compliments easily, he was a bright light. He's a happy warrior. He's respectful. He's kind. Yes, he's willing to debate people with a lot of spice and fervor, but his heart shines brightly. And to take out someone who could be such a mensch, as we say in Jewish talk, really speaks to the darkness of those who wish to eradicate our freedom of speech.
Okay, Gad Saad, appreciate your time this morning on a difficult day for you, but thank you for your time. Well, thousands of students were in attendance to what was the first stop of a nationwide tour. Students have recounted the shooting moments after it happened.
It was just a lot of love and joy and kindness, you know? And then the next person came up and it almost felt like a cue to me because they talked about transgender gun violence, and then as the guy said shooting or shooters or something like that, you just hear the gunshot and I'm sorry. You just see his neck just like open up and there's just like so much blood that just came out. It was horrible, and all I felt was like everybody bringing me down to the ground, and I was sorry.
Take your time. Okay.
All I hear is screaming, and I see people running, and I'm like, it's not safe to run, it's not safe to get up, it's not. And all I'm saying is, please God, please God, please God, because I don't want to die, I don't want anybody else to die, and I think I just saw a guy die, you know?
The second student to get up was talking about transgenderism and how gun violence has been very frequent with that community, and that is when it happened. Pretty ironic.
Yeah, right after, during, right on that topic.
Yeah, it's when he got shot in the heart.
Yeah.
What did you all see? You're joining us. What did you see?
Well, I was about to enter the building. I heard what I thought was a gunshot, and I hurried and took cover. And then I saw the students running out, and I saw her. She was panicking. I thought she's having a panic attack. So then I grabbed her, and we ran through the tunnel, and then just brought her to my car over here to get her to calm down.